questions the attorneys may have.
Okay.
Good morning. Could you please tell us your name?
Amy Kovac.
Could you spell your last name for us?
Kovac.
Thank you. Ms. Kovac, how are you employed as of today?
I work with Newport News Public Schools as a reading specialist at Newsom Park.
All right. And then I want to take you back to January of 2023. Were you also a reading specialist at that time?
Yes.
And where were you working?
Rich Neck Elementary.
How long have you been employed as a reading specialist total?
12 years total.
During your time at Rich Neck, did you know a student, and I'll remind you that we're not using any student names, so please keep that in mind, but did you know a student by the initials of JT?
Yes, I did.
How did you come to know JT?
Dr. Parker at the time had put him on a modified schedule, and I was his one-on-one teacher for reading during that scheduled time.
Okay. Do you know from your own observations and interactions why JT was on a modified schedule?
I had heard he had. I was on the modified.
Hold on 1 second. Let's go back. And how this works procedure-wise is they object, the other party gets to respond, and then I'll make a legal ruling, and then I'll let you know what to do. So, and just explain it to you. Okay, so defense is objected. Your response, Mr. Jenkins.
Your Honor, if there is hearsay there, I'm not trying to elicit that, so I'll try to rephrase the question.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ms. Kovac, did you have any personal interactions with JT yourself that led you to believe that he needed a modified schedule?
Not before the modified schedule.
Okay, understood. So you started working with him in a modified schedule. When was that?
It was in early October.
And tell us a little bit about how the schedule worked.
So originally the schedule, he would come to school at 9:20, get off the bus, and our counselor, Mr. Rawls, at the time would pick him up off of the bus and get him breakfast and set a goal for his day. And then he went down to Mary McBurnett, our K2 special ed teacher, where she was to do a social story. And then he was to come to me around 9:30 or 9:45 and for like 15-20 minutes do reading with me. And then Mr. Rawls would take him into Miss Warner's classroom. And then he would leave around, I think, like 10:40, 10:45, get his lunch and then go home.
And you've mentioned Mr. Rawls. Do you know what his title was there?
He was the school counselor.
Okay, thank you. I want to speak to you about the morning of January 6, 2023. Did there come a time when you were in the office that day with Abigail Zwerner and Dr. Parker?
Yes.
And while you were in that office, did you, based on what you heard in that office, did you have concerns?
Yes.
Okay. Later in the day, did you tell Ms. Zwerner to keep an eye on JT?
Yes.
Why?
Because two girls had reported to me that he had a gun in his bag.
Okay, what's your objection?
May I lay a foundation for the potential use of an exception, Judge?
Okay, yes, sir.
You've indicated, I believe, that two girls spoke to you. We'll hold off on what they told you. Can you describe those girls' demeanor or behavior at the time they're reporting it to you?
Yes, I was walking past the room and the two little girls had come out to me and said that JT...
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you tell us what they said, what I want to know is how they appeared to you.
They seemed to be scared and worried.
Okay, what did you see in them, what in their bodies or their faces that made you think that?
The actions of them coming close to me, wanting to get my full attention and to let me know, and their faces were kind of like like expressive to show worry and concern.
Okay. And eventually they do tell you something, again, without going into what they said. Do they relate to you about something that has just happened, that they've just seen in the minutes before?
I'm going to object to leading. Again.
This is to establish a foundation to use the hearsay exception, Judge. It's
Okay, so Ms.
Foundational.
Kovac, hold off on answering. Let me hear the full question, then I can decide on the objection.
yes, the question is whether the report she receives is quick in time to when she received it. In other words, whether they are reporting something that happened within the last minute, because that's a foundational question for the excited utterance exception.
Mr. T.
Your Honor, I think that's clearly leading. He's asking for, she has not even testified anything about what they said or how, she testified that they seemed scared or whatever, but he's giving her the answer by asking her, did they tell you something that had just happened right before you came in contact with them? I mean, that's his testifying to the witness.
Okay, well, let me pull out the excited utterance.
Rule 2803-2.
Rule 2803 of the Rules of the Supreme Court of Virginia reads, excited utterance, a spontaneous or impulsive statement prompted by a startling event or condition and made by a declarant with firsthand knowledge at a time and under circumstances negating deliberation. All right, Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to have to sustain the objection because she's not the declarant according to the rules. The declarant would be purportedly that child.
Judge, could we address this matter outside the presence of the jury, please?
We can. You want to